Hey, what's going on, you guys? In today's video, we're going to be spraying our pre-emergent. Just going to go ahead and say this right off the bat. It's going to be a pretty short and quick video. Obviously, like I said, I'm just spraying pre-emergent, so we're not doing anything crazy for today. But what we are going to be spraying is this Barricade 4FL. Now, I did use the same stuff when I sprayed in early spring of this year. Use the same exact stuff and I got really good results with it, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick with it and spray it obviously for pre-emergent going into fall/winter time. Could I go ahead and change it up? Yes, and I know some people recommend doing that, but this has been working pretty well for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with it. What I will say is we're gonna be spraying everything today, you guys. We're gonna be getting the backyard and we're gonna be getting the front yard and all the new sod out there in the front yard. What I will say is I am spraying at a little bit of a higher rate this time because obviously I have the new sod out there, so I obviously wanna get that covered and get protection on that going into obviously fall and winter time. So that's why I'm going to be spraying a little bit extra today as far as the rate goes that I'm going to be using. So yeah, now keep in mind the rate I'm going to be giving you guys is for warm season grass, since I have Seashore Paspalum, which is a warm season turf or warm season grass. I believe it's the same for Bermuda and all the other warm season grasses. Just make sure you read your label to make sure you're spraying at the correct rates. But so basically what I'm going to be spraying at today is I'm going to be spraying at the rate of 0.75 for 1,500 square feet. Now, the way I got to that kind of number to use for 1,500 square feet is basically I took the lowest rate that they recommend, which is 0.5, and then I basically took half the rate of that, which is obviously 0.25, and then I basically added the two together to give me 0.75, which would give me basically, like I said, for 1,500 square feet in my case for my application. So just kind of giving you guys a little tip on that. If you guys have around 1,500 square feet for, you know, your layout, or, you know, you have a similar layout to mine as far as square footage and everything, kind of gives you an idea of how you can map it out yourself. Also, the other thing I'll go ahead and mention, if you guys are curious, I'm using 2 gallons of water for this. Now, what I will say is they don't really specify how many gallons of water to use, but in this case, as long as you're spraying down, obviously, the right amount of product, as far as how much water you mix it in, doesn't really matter. But in my case, I usually use 1.5 gallons or so when I'm spraying, you know, fertilizer and other stuff like that. So I figured I'm just going to go ahead and use 2 gallons, give myself enough buffer room for when I go ahead and spray this. So as you guys can see here as well, I'll throw this in here. As you can see, the measuring cup here, it goes up to 0.5. So basically what I did, went up to 0.5 right now. I'm going to dump that in, and then I'll go ahead and go up to 0.25 right in here. So in between 0.2 and 0.3, you're gonna go ahead and go to like 0.25 and dump that in. That'll give me my 0.75 rate that I'm gonna be spraying, or I should say 0.75 fluid ounces that I'm gonna be spraying for my 1,500 square feet. So go ahead and dump this in. My 0.75 fluid ounces mixed up in 2 gallons of water. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do, obviously put the lid back on, go ahead and shake this up. Make sure you shake this up pretty good. Also, what I recommend as well is if your pre-emergent has been sitting obviously in the bottle for quite a while, it does tend to separate a little bit, so make sure you shake it up really well before you even go ahead and put it in your sprayer. And then obviously always good to mix it up in the water once you're done adding it in here. So go ahead and shake it up, and then we'll go ahead and get to spraying. Got the pre-emergent all mixed up, ready to go. what I will say is, man, to be honest, I forgot how heavy 2 gallons of water actually is. Now, it's not too bad, but you know, once you have it on your back, it's like, oh, this has some weight to it. But anyways, all right, enough yapping. Let's go ahead and get this started. Alrighty, you guys. Well, needless to say, I'm filming the outro the next day. I tried to film it last night and it was not coming out the way I wanted it to, so I just decided to say screw it. I'll go ahead and film it tomorrow. So here we are doing that for you guys. As you guys saw, went ahead and got the pre-emergent down both here in the backyard lawn and obviously out there in the front yard lawn as well on the brand new sod. So super happy and stoked we got that down. Now the lawns are good to go going into obviously fall time and into winter time. So super happy with that. Another thing that I forgot to mention is make sure you water in your pre-emergent once you put it down. Now, I think in my case for the Barricade 4FL, if I remember correctly, it says it needs to be watered within the first 48 hours of when the product was applied. So in my case, usually what I like to do is I'll go ahead, apply the product, and I'll let the product sit for the remaining of that day. And then the following day, basically 24 hours later, I'll go ahead and water it in. Now, obviously it needs to be watered in so then the product can get activated and then it starts creating that protection layer obviously for your lawn to obviously stop and help suppress weed seeds and weeds from obviously popping up in your lawn. So just a quick tip on that and a reminder on that. So also, you guys, what I want to go ahead and do is talk to you guys about Pre-Emergent and why I think you guys should be using it. Now, what I will say right off the bat is if you guys are not already using Pre-Emergent, you're honestly doing yourself a disservice, for one, and for two, you're missing out on what your lawn could truly look like. Now, the reason why I say that is, let me just ask you guys this. Would you prefer to have your lawn have little to no weeds in it, or would you prefer a lawn that has weeds all over the place and it looks like, you know, basically a weed field for a lawn? Which one would you guys prefer? You guys would, I would assume you guys would prefer the one that has a little to no weeds in it. If you guys want that result in your lawn, you have to be using Pre-Emergent. Now, if you guys don't know what Pre-Emergent herbicide is, Pre-Emergent herbicide is meant to be put down at certain times of the year to help prevent weed seeds and weeds from germinating in your lawn. Hence the name, obviously, Pre-Emergent. The goal is to get it down and have it put down before the weed seeds and weeds start to pop up in your lawn. So that's what Pre-Emergent is, and that's why I highly suggest you guys use it in your lawn. What I will say is the difference between using Pre-Emergent and not Pre-Emergent is just a big game changer. It's a whole different ball game. It's literally the difference, like I said, your lawn looking the best it's ever been and you just being amazed by how good it looks, or not using Pre-Emergent and it's like, oh my gosh, this looks like crap and I have all this work to do to try and get rid of them. It's literally that big of a game changer, in my opinion at least. And I think a lot of other people would agree with that. So yeah, honestly, that's kind of my quick gist as to why I think you guys should be using Pre-Emergent, and you know, why it's super beneficial for your lawn, and two, why it's just good to use all around. Now, I could go more into depth about it and, you know, all that, but there's a lot of other channels that do that, and I'll leave that to them. I just want to give you guys, obviously, the experience that I have and tell you guys, you know, why you should be using it. Now, the other thing is, a lot of people tend to, obviously, so weeds pop up, I'll go ahead and address them at that point. No, no, no. Absolutely wrong approach, and let me tell you why. Number one, you never know how many weeds are actually going to pop up in your lawn, and number two, you don't know how invasive they're going to be. You know, starting out, you might have a few here and there, and it's not too bad. You're like, oh yeah, you know, just spray them here or pull them there, and then, you know, oh, okay, it's not too bad. But I tell you what, that's only the start, because once it really gets time for them to sprout and everything else, it's a huge, huge headache, and most people go, oh my gosh, my lawn looks like crap. I have weeds all over the place, and it doesn't even look like an actual lawn. If you guys don't want to go through that headache and all that, that's why you need to be using Pre-Emergent. With all that being said, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy watching this video, please go ahead, smash that thumbs up button for me. As I always say, it really helps me out. It lets me know what you guys are enjoying on my channel. After doing that, smash that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notifications. That way you can get notified for when I upload new videos. I got my social medias in the description below as well. And you guys, other than that, it's your boy C-Pims. Peace out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.